Hello there, glad to have you join us for another scintillating moment on sports news on Souq Sports. I am your boy, Juvie Ofiene, and like you know how it is, I'm holding the fort for the one and only. Yeah, Chooks is unavailable today, but I'm not alone. I'm not just riding this alone. I got the numero uno, Charlie
Montero, right here with my boy, Juvie Ofiene. Let's get right to business.
All right, let's get right to business. And we're talking business from Ahly. Just in 1 year, 2023, Ahly was able to earn a whopping sum of $10.3 million across board. I mean, it is just a few weeks ago, they just won World Cup Club, the third position, whipping their opponents in the third place, and across board in Africa, in Arabia, I mean, they won competitions across board. And while we're talking earlier on Sport View, we were talking about investing in sport. And so for these guys, they're the best in Africa. They become the third world best, and right now they earn a whopping $10.5 million in 2023. Just imagine if this was a Nigerian club. We're talking about investment earlier on. Charlie, what do you think, man? Just one club in a country, not the federation. And so you and I, we are Nigerians. What do you think about this, man?
Well, we know that we had the likes of Aimba do something like this back in the days, and you see that the sustainability is what we speak to. You know, in sports you need to, although there are days where you need to, where it drops, but sustainability is what we speak to. Look at Manchester United. For 14 years, they just run the Premier League, you know. And when you are successful, investment come, you get revenue from the trophies that you have won and how successful you are in general. And look at this, kudos to Ahly, because they've been able to garner up this momentum in their league, and also do it. You see them do it outside their league, do it in the continent of Africa, and even go and represent us out there. I mean, third. Third in the world. I mean, that's big. That's a big
World
feat
Club
for them.
Cup, man.
That's a big feat. Coming third, winning bronze medal, and congratulations to them. I mean, we would like to see more of this. I mean, let Africa be out there. Let us put Africa out there. And it's just a pity that Nigeria is nowhere to be found in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I would like for our country to, also represent us out there and really be the giant of Africa that we self-proclaim to be.
All right, like you said, it's a pity. It's obvious that the right set of people are in the right position and doing what it is that they need to do. Okay, now, speaking of right set of people being in the right place, I remember 23rd. I was here and I was saying Anthony Joshua was going to pummel that young whirling. I mean, he could run his mouth however he wants, but Anthony made me proud, man. But we couldn't say the same of Deontey Wilder, who was knocked out. I mean, everybody was shocked. I wasn't shocked, man. Actually, I was shocked as well. I mean, Deontey, what's up with you, man? But he was knocked out. But he's still brewing for a match with Anthony. What do you think, man? Don't you think he should rest by now?
No, a match, a bout between Anthony and and Joshua. I'm sorry. Joshua Wilder. And Deontey Wilder is one for the ages, and it is one that everybody wants to see. It's one that the fans would love to see, because it's going to make a lot of sales, because we're talking business here. Deontey Wilder, Anthony Joshua I mean, there are a lot of conspiracy about Joshua being happy that Deontey lost that match, so that he
was happy as well,
so that he would not have to fight him. But the Brit is boosting in confidence, and Deontey is, he's lacking confidence at the moment. I mean, the last time he fought was in 2022, and he almost lost that fight, even though he came out victorious at the end. Now we can see that Deontey Wilder, he's lacking confidence. And there's no way you face a former heavyweight champion if you are not up to the task. Joshua has done 3-3 in 2023, so he takes more than just
after being bloodied, as well.
What I'm saying is, it takes more than just ranting and talking, to face
trash talking your opponents
to take on Joshua, and he needs to up his game. If he feels like he is mentally ready to face Joshua, then so be it. Let's see how it goes in March. I think it's March 29. They earlier fixed to fight. But let's see how it goes. If the camp of Joshua agrees to the fight going on as as they want it, or as Deontey wants it to be, then no wahala. We make we see.
Well, no wahala. Talking of no wahala, man. But for me, I feel Deontey should take a time out. Finally, the two guys that have knocked him out have been trained by the same person.
Yeah.
And you know, Parker was saying something that, man, thanks to Fury, the advice was good. I mean, he took Deontey. I mean, it was just. It almost looked one-sided.
Yeah, it was one-sided. It was one-sided. Actually, Deontey was staggering all over the place, and it's just staggering to see a huge figure like him just go down against that kind of person, and he's losing the fight. He's all over the place. He wasn't getting his 6 and his 10s right. So I don't know. I don't know how he plans to face Joshua with that kind of form. But it's one we want to see. We are all looking to see. The Brit is going to knock him out. I think I'll put my money on Joshua, and that's how it's going to be. Well,
yeah, let's put our money where our mouth really is. And talking of that as well, the young star, Carlos Alcaraz, I mean, in tennis, everybody is looking up to defeating or playing with Novak Djokovic. I mean, that is the reigning guy. He's been there more than 400, number one, 400, I mean, back to back. The young man this year he won all 3 except Wimbledon, and next year he's looking at that. And so some people are saying, Carlos, take it easy. You really need to just stay with your equals for now and work on some of your skills, and so that you can measure up, because the way it is right now, Djokovic looks like he's undisputed, he's invisible. Nobody can take him out right now. But you never can tell. Well, there might be surprises, but I don't think Carlos has got what it takes to take Novak out right now.
Well, I don't quite agree, because he's a bright young talent.
He's bright?
He's a young man, and he has his years ahead of him. And he just needs to keep on. Consistency will pay off at the end, on the long run. I feel like he's on the right track. He's always appearing in the finals, and there's nothing as important as appearing in finals and doing well in the finals. I mean, if his name is being mentioned alongside the Novak Djokovic, the Rafael Nadal, and the likes, I feel like he's just a one Wimbledon trophy away from, announcing himself, competing with the big guys. I mean, they have 10 in over 25 years or 22 years of their career. I mean, this guy just started 10 years down his career, and you see he's a bright young talent.
Yeah. Well, he's a bright young talent, but Tim Herman is just saying, young man, go put your house in order, do some training, stay with the likes of Cena and other guys in your category for now.
I mean, there's no problem with punching above your weight if you have what it takes to compete.
I hope he has what it takes, man. Because the last time they met, he was a trumping. It was a trumping. He wasn't even close. All right. Speaking of staying within your lane, Manchester City is looking at closing a deal. I mean, with the young man Claudio Echeverri. They want someone again. Manchester seem to be doing well. Why would you be looking at getting someone new again? January is there. Transfer window is around the corner. They're still looking. I mean, in spite of having trophies, they just came back last week and they were looking balling. They were balling. And right now, they look at getting a new Omi from, River Plate again.
Well, I think the last time they went to River Plate to get a talent, it was successful for them. I mean, look at Alvarez. Yeah. Alvarez has shown no signs of stopping. Every time he plays, you keep on comparing him with the likes of De Bruyne, with his impact on the field. I mean, if they can get another talent just like Alvarez, then why not? If River Plate is a place to go and grow, go and pick young talents and give them the stage to show themselves and showcase their talent, why not do that? And I believe it's business at the end of the day for them, because if being successful in this past year is a huge feat, they need sustainability. Why not get young talents to come and push and drive that sustainability? I mean, if they want to keep competing, they need to get these players that can, give them something different off the pitch and on the pitch as well, that will take them to where they want to be. If they want to do 4 in a row in the Premier League, they need new people. They need people that can come in and change the game. Look at Doku. We have issues of what's his name, the young guy that was gotten from Aston Villa, Jack Grealish, I beg your pardon, Jack Grealish, who was feeling so comfortable, but then Doku came in and he took the Premier League by storm, you know, and it's changed the game. You have something different. There's diversity in the side. You know, just look up to De Bruyne, look up to Erling Haaland. Riyad Mahrez left, we don't miss him. They don't miss him. You get me? So I believe change is constant. I mean, if you get a young talent that can come in and fit the system and hit the ground running, the Premier League is, you know, a platform that is built for everyone to shine. Yeah, the Premier League is a good platform, and in investments, you go for where the talent are not really too expensive. You grow, then you resell. Eventually, man, because that's what the business is. It's not just trophies, your sales and all that. So, at this moment, we'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll take you into the real stuff, what we're going to talk about today. So don't go anywhere, just hook up. It's still Souq Sports with Juvie and Charles on this one. Be right back.
I'm okay.
My name is Raymond Bola Brown.
Hi, my name is Fred Amata, and you're on to Souq News.
If you are watching this channel for the first time, make sure you continue to watch it, because this is Souq News.
Shout out to Souq News. Actually, I don't know. I really enjoyed the little moment I spent with you, and I think with more of this.
Souq News. Here's the Souq News, who had the courage to transcend a locked-off camera and actually have a conversation with a human being. It's a pleasure, Souq News. Thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Rafiu Oladipo.
My name is Baba Jalal Repega.
I'm Reverend Juliet Benite.
I'm Godio Didi.
My name is Professor Oladokun Sulaiman Olarawaju.
Souq News is on the ground, loading.
Very enlightening, very educative, and entertaining.
Thank you to Souq News.
So I'm happy that Souq TV has come into existence.
I'm happy to be here in the Souq News.
I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and keep watching news that makes sense.
As Browning said, one's extension of one's reach should not exceed one's grasp, or what is heaven for. And I think Souq News is doing that.
Africa needs a voice of truth, and Souq News has become one of them. And get ready, get ready, get ready.
And keep watching.
Keep watching Souq News.
Keep watching Souq News. It's a place to be.
Keep watching.
All right, welcome. I know you're still there. Welcome. It's still Souq Sports on Souq News. And we've been talking, Charles and I have been going back and forth on what's happening, what's making sense, the real information. And the last time, before we went on the break, we were talking about Manchester United going to the River Plate, Manchester City going to River Plate to get a young talent. I mean, from one young talent to another one, from a Manchester City to Manchester United. Anthony, okay, that's your club, and I know you got a little interest in that. What is wrong with switching this young man for someone else right now? I mean, I think he's doing quite well. Left for me, probably it's just my own view. I think he's doing quite well. So why would you want to go for someone else right now? I mean, Manchester, Ten Hag, Ratcliffe, who else? Why would you guys want to go for someone else?
Well, to start with, Anthony has not been as productive as he was projected to be. Because when you look at it, the goals dry up after last season. I think last season he was able to muster about 10 goals in the season. I'm not sure about the star, but I think 10 goals in all competition. Looking at this season, he has not really hit the ground running. He has been criticized, you know, by the board. He has been criticized. Sorry, he has been criticized by the fans, criticized by, you know, pundits and analysis have come in that Anthony is not really Manchester United stuff, material. Do you understand? Because Manchester United is a counter. All your decisions have to be precise. All your decisions have to be calculative. I mean, for them to go for Kubo is a bright young talent, and we have seen him play in the likes of Real Madrid. He has played for Real Sociedad. He has also been to Villarreal at some point in his career. He has also been at Mallorca, I beg your pardon, not Villarreal. He has also been to Mallorca at some point in his career. And coming from the youth team of Barcelona, he's a product of La Masia. Okay. And he has played in Real Madrid. He was tipped to be one of the Japanese Messi at that time, you know, and he's starting to show signs of someone who wants to fit into that posture of a player that can give you 15 to 20 goals a season. I mean, look at what he's doing at Real Sociedad. And for the switch, I don't think this would make sense for him as a player, because you know there's no Europe for Manchester United anymore, and Real Sociedad is still in the contention. I mean, they are still in contention for Champions League. Yeah. I think they won their group and they have qualified for the round of 16. So I don't see it being a good choice for Kubo at the moment, because Anthony, I don't know what Anthony is going to offer Real Sociedad, but Kubo is someone that they value at Real Sociedad as well, because his goals have been instrumental to their, you know, Champions League.
Sorry, what about Anthony's experience? I mean, going there.
What do you mean experience? Anthony only played. Anthony's only ever achievement was the 360 he does. That's what I think. That's what I think. I mean, no disrespect to Anthony. He's a very phenomenal player, but I don't see him reaching that Manchester United level. I mean, look at Ryan Giggs. Look at the players that have come out of Manchester United.
You're mentioning way back. You're mentioning some 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Manchester United, the way you guys are right now. Do you think you don't need someone like Anthony, and you rather will go for
He's been there for a season, a full season. What has been his impact? Oh yes, he is instrumental in qualifying for Champions League, but after then the goals dry up, and his consistency is questionable. But Takefusa Kubo is someone I know that he gives you diversity. He doesn't only come from the left. He can play in the midfield. He's an attacking midfielder as well. He has goals in him. He's intelligent. He reads the game. He knows when to switch the play. He knows when to hit the ground running, and he knows when to slow the game down. He's a tactician in his own way. And he has learned from the greats. I mean, playing alongside Luka Modric, playing alongside James Rodriguez at the time, playing with Kroos. I mean, there are so many, you know, things he must have picked up. Playing in the La Masia, so he's very exciting, and he's a prospect. No, don't get me wrong. He's a prospect for the Premier League, and yeah, he will do well. But I don't see him coming to Manchester United based on he won't be seen in Europe.
All right, we're still in England right now.
Yeah.
Liverpool, their last match. What do you have to say concerning that? I mean, Klopp had to say, man, guys, why did you have to rule out the goal? However, man, the whole game. Let's just look at the whole game. Yeah. Liverpool. What do you see about that particular match?
Liverpool was never in doubt. Burnley is a team on form, regardless of. I mean, Burnley at home is one team that you don't want to play, but Liverpool has what it takes. A very subliminal goal from what's his name, Darwin Núñez. I beg your pardon. From Darwin Núñez, that was a very tactical goal.
Yeah.
I mean, he just passed it into the net, and they gave them the lead, and you could see them come at Burnley a lot yesterday. During that game, they kept on coming. They wanted more. They kept asking the question. I mean, they had more of the possession. The shots on target were skyrocketing. And kudos to Burnley and company. They soaked up the pressure, and they were in the game up to the 90th minute. At some point, I was like, Burnley could win this, because they really in the second half they really came at Liverpool. They came at Liverpool, and you see that. Kudos to company, because what he's doing there is phenomenal. What he's doing with those young lads is phenomenal. He's just change the game. We are used to Burnley playing the shoot and follow, where everything is with Shondai, everything was over in the air, and they'll shoot it and follow. Sort of, but now you see them playing the tiki-taka, changing. There's a tactical change every time you see them play. They are bright young talents who know how to use this ball. There's this one, Koliosho, and that guy is really tearing. I mean, I could count a number of times where he went past Trent Alexander-Arnold yesterday, mesmerizing young talent, and he really hit the game running. And it's just a pity that they didn't get, something from that game.
Yeah, they didn't get. Well. So let's still look at your club, Manchester United, after a very long time. You guys seem to come back, and
they are the comeback kings. Yeah, they are the comeback kings, even though that was not the idea from the beginning. I mean, look at quick fire goals from set pieces. I mean, they always have this problem of defending set pieces. That has always been Manchester United's problem. But not ruling that fact out, that Manchester United really fought heavy for that win, and they deserve it. Every sector, every part of that Manchester United team came alive in the second half, and they got the deserved win. But kudos to Højlund for getting that goal. I mean, it's not easy off your left foot, hitting it right on the half volley. That was phenomenal, and I'm happy for him that he has finally gotten his goal after 1,000 minutes of playing in the Premier League. I mean, you can see the joy and the relief from scoring your first goal at home at Old Trafford for your club. The fans have been critical about him. They have criticized him. I mean, look at the joy in his face.
Shouldn't everybody have been critical about his performance so far?
No, when you look off the ball, his work rate is tremendous.
Off the ball,
his work rate is tremendous. The problem is the wingers don't find him as often as they should. I was looking at an analysis, how many times Anthony and Rashford or Garnacho passed the ball to Højlund. 6 times in how many games? 6 times. I mean, that's poor for a centre forward. His hold-up play is good. You can't question his hold-up play. He's an exciting player. He has the pace. All you just need to do is put the ball. He just needs a creative player from midfield to put the ball right on where it's good, and he would slot it home. His goal-scoring tally or his goal-scoring proficiencies are very phenomenal. I know we have not seen that in the Premier League because he has not had so many chances, because they bully him around, and he's still, his first season in the Premier League, he's still trying to get the handle of everything. And this goal should be, momentum to build on, to get more, and his career might just kick off. We might never know.
Okay, might just kick off. All right, let's take a little slow on the young man, but you wouldn't take it from the man who did the brace. Brought you guys into the game.
Alejandro, he's one exciting player that I always love to watch, because his desire, his drive, everything shows a Manchester United player, a prospect for one for the future. I mean, he scored 3 goals. Unfortunately, one was ruled out, and he was on for the hat-trick, and you could see the desire in his game. You could see that he wanted it, and he is instrumental to dragging Manchester United to 3 points. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see him compete or reach the level of the Ronaldos and the Haalands in goal-scoring tally.
All right, we are hopeful. Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, what went down?
Another comeback.
What went down?
Well, Newcastle is in shambles right now. They are in a lot of shambles. I mean, losing at home to Nottingham Forest, regardless of the change in manager, we always know the change in manager always have a positive impact in the players, and they always fight for their places, because it's a new manager. He's just getting to know the players, and they're trying to impress. So yeah, it's always like that in the Premier League. When there's a manager change, the players, come out and they're trying to prove to keep their position. I look at what's his name? I keep forgetting the name. Ola, giving that silly penalty, but he walked, and Chris Wood hat-trick against your former club. I mean, who does that? Hat-trick against your former club.
I think it was just show a kind gesture to them.
Well, but that was very, very nice to see. I mean, I'm happy for Chris Wood. How many players you see score 3 goals on Boxing Day? A few numbers up there, and he's number 6 right now, scoring hat-trick on Boxing Day. That starts for him. Lovely to see. Lovely to see, really.
I think it was a special one for the fans, for everybody. And so at that particular junction, we'll go for another break. Remember, we're still right here on Souq Sports, discussing the thrilling, the business, everything there is you need to know, everything in between in sport and sport business. We'll be back to take the final lap, but do not go anywhere because we are getting really into the mix. Stay tuned.
Let us also give thanks for Jesus, because Jesus is the reason for this whole season. It's also the reason why we have hope that as we journey into the new year, it will not be in vain and that things will get better.
This Christmas, I'm joining this unit in wishing Nigerians, wherever they are, saying to them, Merry Christmas.
The church is wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, a happy and prosperous New Year.
I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
I wish everybody in Nigeria Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. God bless Nigeria. God bless everybody.
Have a good Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas. I wish you all the best.
My greetings go first to the President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his wife, Senator Remi Tinubu. As we celebrate Christmas, I want to greet the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Oba of Lagos and his traditional chiefs, the Catholic Bishop of Lagos, Dr. Adewale Martins, and all Nigerians. I wish you all a very happy Christmas. Eko ni baje o, eku odun, eku yedun.
All right, welcome. You're still on Souq Sports and you're with your boy Juvi Ufiene and Charles Montero. It's been a great one. We've been talking about sports and the business in between. We don't just talk about the entertainment only. We'll talk about the money behind the scene, because that's what really money makes the world go round. All right. So if you're going to have good sport, you think of the investments. And before we went on that break, we're talking about Newcastle and Nottingham Forest and what's been happening. So Charlie, still on your thoughts?
Yeah, I like I was saying, Chris Wood, phenomenal goals. I mean, his goals have been very instrumental. They have been clutch for the club. And let's speak to Newcastle and their abysmal run of form they are on. I mean, 5 games and you have lost 4. 3 consecutive losses. I mean, that's bad for a club that was sitting in relegation last season and qualified for Champions League. I mean, how have they dwindled? Even though we know that they were in dreamland. Let's not lie, they were in dreamland when they qualified for Champions League, a position they've not been in quite a long time. Yeah. So yeah, it's no surprise really that they are where they are right now. Management, you know, everybody just getting used to this new position, you know, the pressure from the fans, the matches they have to play, it's a lot. They lost to Chelsea the other day in the Carabao Cup. I mean, there are a lot of matches to play now. And if you're an average club, you'll not be able to. But these big clubs have been able to, you know, practice over the years and, you know, time and time. It's their first time. It's no surprise that they're struggling. I'm only sorry for them as to how their run has come to an end. But really, it speaks to fatigue. And we were talking about this last week about the ESL trying to, you know, create a super league. I mean, how does this even affect the players mentally, given that you are going to play another round of 46 matches, or how many, 38 matches rather, and Imagine putting that in the schedule.
64.
64. imagine putting that in the grand scheme of things. There are a lot of matches to play. The mental fatigue, the injuries. Injuries have played a big part in Newcastle's drop this season. And I just feel sorry for them, but that's life in the Premier League, really.
All right, like, you know, most times, every time experience comes to bear. I mean, for youngsters, upstarts, they start sometimes, and you hit and you see the real trouble. And what separate the boys from the men eventually comes to play. December, Christmas, few days ago, Arsenal was on top of the log. I said yesterday.
Well, interesting fact is that the times where a team has led by Christmas or where a team has led by Christmas and not win the league, there's 6 times. I guess the names there: Arsenal and Liverpool. Liverpool has the most. In the 2007 season, they were top by Christmas. That's Arsenal. They lost the league. And Liverpool, 2008 through 2009, they were top by Christmas and they did not win. Liverpool again, 2013-2014, top by Christmas, they did not win. Liverpool, 2018-2019, top by Christmas, and we know who the eventual winners were.
Last season, what
Man
happened?
City. Arsenal, last season, top by Christmas, they did not win. So you see, that should tell you that the Premier League is still open. It's still open. Man City, Manchester United, Aston Villa, anybody can take the trophy.
Be Aston Villa rather than Manchester United.
Manchester United are still, because the last time where Liverpool was top of the Premier League by Christmas, who eventual winners were Manchester City, and they were 8. Do you believe? They were 8 in the log at Christmas, and they were able to
Manchester is doing way better than Man United.
They are still in the same. Manchester City is 5th, although they have 2 games in hand. Man U is 6th. So anything is possible.
All right.
If they can string a couple of wins behind their back.
The big if now.
That's football.
The big if.
Probability plays its part.
The big if.
Yeah.
The big
so if they can string a couple of wins, why not? They will be contenders instead of pretenders like Arsenal.
Thank God someone is not on the show today. You definitely would have gotten something back. But, well, they would be if. It's still if, man. And so, Bournemouth, Fulham. What went down? And was that a shocking one for you?
Well, it wasn't, given that Bournemouth is home. Fulham have struggled away. And they came back, they came off 2 wins of scoring 5 goals.
Yeah.
And I think the goals have just suddenly dried up for them because they have lost without scoring any goal 2 times. Their last match they lost. This one as well, they have lost without scoring a goal, a single goal. And we can remember 3 games back, they scored 5-0 and another 5-0. And now, where are the goals gone to? What happened to the mentality? What happened to the resurgence of Fulham? And we have just seen them dwindle and drop so drastically. Where we can also say injury has not been kind to them. But if you would play so dry and so unmotivated in Christmas, what is to come in January? You know, when the likes of the African players have gone for their AFCON games. So what happens to you when you see that they have a lot of exciting Africans in their side, and once these players leave, what then is the fate of Fulham in the long run?
Just like other clubs, not just in the
we
EPL,
get it, but
in Bayern. I mean, the African is doing well as it is right now. So every other club, even Manchester, Man U is not really a big deal.
Well, their keeper, the goalkeeper of Manchester United will be going, Andre Onana.
But it will be a relief for you guys, right?
Really? Look at the saves that he was able to string together yesterday.
I mean, after a very long time.
Yeah, questionable. After people often criticize the goalkeeper, you are forgetting that the defense, they play a vital role in helping the goalkeeper keep a clean sheet. If your defense are not well and up to do, I mean, look at those goals yesterday. How many would you? Okay, yes, we can blame the keeper for not coming out and claiming the ball for the first goal, but the second, I mean, nobody's winning the second balls. So we can't just all be critical about the keeper or criticizing the keeper all the time. What's the defense doing? Why was Varane flat-footed? You know, Dendoka was behind him. He saw the ball all the way when Langley nodded it back into the box.
Yeah.
And he was watching the ball, so why didn't he react? His feet were glued to the grass.
Probably he was amazed, just too amazed to believe the beauty of what was happening before
I
him.
mean, it's funny to think that Real Madrid even wants him back at the moment, but well, we still have, it's the Premier League. We still have a round of matches to go. Anything can happen.
All right. Speaking of the Premiership, we're still staying on the EPL for today.
Yep.
What are the fixtures for today and most likely tomorrow as well? We've got 3 matches today, 2 matches coming up tomorrow. What are your expectations?
Well, today we have Brentford versus Wolves. That's an exciting game, really, because Brentford are. Well, they have been a little bit inconsistent at the moment because the goals have also dried up and they are lacking momentum, they are lacking drive, they are lacking spirit. But they need to,
right?
Yes, they need to, come together and talk to themselves. And at home, they can't afford to lose at home. We have Wolves that are coming back from a win, and they just want to do it all now. And if they can climb up the standings, it will be good for them. But I would say this game is fairly a draw. It's fairly a draw. Brentford and Wolves is a draw because they are well, I say middleweight and they match. You know,
okay.
They will try to cancel each other out most of the time. So I don't really expect high scoring.
Are we expecting high cards, reds and yellows?
Well, yes, because Wolves they play on the edge. They love to play on the edge, and when they do that, you commit fouls, you commit tackles, and yeah. This London derby, I'm looking at Chelsea Crystal Palace. Oh my God, Chelsea has been abysmal. So
I beg your pardon.
Chelsea has been abysmal, to say the least, because they have the players.
The names.
They have the names. They have the names, but they're not getting the required
Sterling in the last match wasn't really spectacular.
Well, I can't really blame Sterling, really, because when you have a centre forward that is lacking confidence, he had 2 clear-cut chances in the last match, and all you just need to do is make incisive decisions and slot your ball right on target, and you have a goal. But Jackson is just
Jackson. I mean, you took the name out of my mouth.
He's not ready for the Premier League, if you ask me. Yes, he has scored 8 goals, but he's not ready for the Premier League. I mean, look at his run of form. His decision making is questionable in the final third, and he just needs to up his game. We can't question the midfield. Gallagher is doing well, he's putting in the shifts. Cole Palmer is coming off the left and off the right, and he's putting in those balls, but no finish. It's just, I'm glad that Nkuku is back. Yeah. If he comes and hit the ground running, that would be good for Chelsea because they need his goal scoring prowess at this moment to, help them climb up the ladder. And Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, we have Roy Hodgson who relishes a visit to Stamford Bridge. So yeah, I believe they have what it takes to hold Chelsea tonight, and maybe a draw. I don't see that happening, but I'll still say a draw.
I probably will give to Chelsea after a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm just being fair today.
And for the last game of the day, Everton Manchester City. I feel like that there's an upset here today.
Upset?
Yeah, because Manchester City like to party hard when they win a trophy. So they will be fatigued.
And you think Everton has got the fight in them
Everton does
to pull something?
Everton at home is a wounded lion. They come out to just destroy anything that is on their part, and I see them taking this game today. And Manchester City might huff and puff, but Everton and Sonjai's men would definitely have what it takes to keep them at bay. Yeah.
All right. So, do you think tomorrow's matches has got something to do with the table? If Arsenal. Let's stay with the if again, the big if.
Well, I don't actually have to. I can't write any of them out because it's a London derby. West Ham beat Manchester United last.
No, Manchester is not a big deal. Everybody's beating Manchester, right?
Arsenal, they are playing well. Their style of play is lovely to watch because they know what they want and they go for it. Nobody's messing about. No time to dilly and dally. They just go. Implement the manager's tactics and get their result, and they move on to the next match. So West Ham will pose a very difficult challenge for them, given that they have the likes of Paqueta and what's his name, Mohamed Kudus, running the show for them at the moment.
Has been doing well.
And if they can keep Paqueta quiet, then there won't be joy for West Ham or Kudus or Jared Bowen at the moment, who is on form. He's phenomenal. Kudus is also on form. So if they can keep Lucas Paqueta quiet, then they might have joy. And they have what it takes to keep him quiet. I mean, Declan Rice is no joke. He's playing against his former side in West Ham.
Yeah.
He knows the nook and cranny of the team, and he would be able to keep him at bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the second.
Yeah, Brighton Spurs. Brighton had not been able to live to their glory days of last season. So I think Spurs will just easily walk over them, but it's going to be a fight. Okay, let me just take away the word easily. It's going to be a fight.
I don't want you to conclude your thought, because
it's going to be a fight.
It's football again.
It's football, yeah.
It's
going to
like
be a
talking
fight.
of Anthony Joshua now.
And Pochettoglu he has implemented his style of play into the minds of these players, and I believe he has what it takes to trouble these Zebra's men. And let's wait till then.
All right, let's wait till then. And what would be for you? What would be the things you would like to see in come January across? I mean, let's look at Premiership for now. January, what are the clubs you want to see at the 1 to 5? Do you think these guys have what to take?
The standings, there won't be too many changes in the standings, given that everybody is cautious about January, and a lot of players will come in and go out. A lot of businesses will be done because there are so many speculations already, and the transfer market is not open. So a lot of new players will come in. So a lot of changes will be implemented, because a lot of injuries, a lot of clubs are suffering injuries, and they need new people to fill in roles. And once they are able to achieve this, I don't see a lot of changes, because the Premier League is dicey. In January, the table doesn't change as much. When we are starting to get towards, the summer, when everything is winding up and reality is starting to dawn on them, and you start seeing the table change. But I think for the bottom part of the table, nothing would also change, because I don't see the likes of Luton and Burnley and Sheffield United crawling out, because every other person above them is picking points except for Fulham. So no change really.
All right, Charles is going down and saying nothing, but never say never, man. You never can tell what will be happening and who will be upsetting who tonight and even tomorrow. But let's keep our fingers crossed. EPL seems to be interesting, so also La Liga, German Bundesliga, Serie A.
Those guys are on break right now.
Almost everybody, but everyone is waiting for AFCON as well. I mean, tomorrow
that would also be a challenge for most clubs, because if the likes of Osimhen is missing from that Napoli team, they will struggle, because the goals will almost dry up. We saw what happened when he was injured. They were struggling because there was no, somebody to direct the attack, And if Mane leaves Al Nassr, which is very instrumental too, although we rarely speak of the Saudi Pro League, if he leaves, we see that, I mean, there are not so many options to fill in the position for him and give them that quality. Who else? Just like that, across the top 5, Europe's top 5 league, they will feel the impact of African players.
Let's hope AFCON will give us what we desire. I expect the best. And that will be the size of the package today. Tomorrow, don't forget to join us on Sportville on Early Exchange. Most likely will be more than this, and Charlie will still be in the studio with us. I am your own boy, Juvie Ufiene, just doing this and keeping you happy. Charlie.
Well, it was really nice doing this with you today. I mean, all the analysis that we have given and dished out, I hope it is instrumental to those that like to stake the games, and hoping to see more of this. And I'm Charles Jonah, and it's a delight to be here with you, Juvie.
All right, thank you, same here, man. All right, till we come your way again, it is just Souq Sports. Have yourself a splendid day. We're out of town, man. We're outside now.